Hello and welcome back to this thing I do. I'm Lore as usual. Yeah, what's up? A few things to go through real quick this week. Number one, my videos will be moving to Wednesday starting next week. Since Allie and I have both been doing them, figured it's probably a good idea to split them up a little bit. So I'm going to be moving my videos to Wednesday. Aliena will stay on Monday. And so that way we'll try not to bombard you a whole lot as much, I guess. So if you want to see awesome Wednesday, if you are just looking for internet women, Monday. There you go. So, alright. So that's out of the way. Number two, there is a very high chance that we will see 3.3 this week, Tuesday on US servers and Wednesday for European servers. If that's the case, then check out tankspot.com. We're obviously going to be putting up all sorts of encounter videos just like we've done in the past for this whole expansion. But also there's going to be just a huge listing of everything you need to know, like all the major changes in the patch and everything. So check that out. And obviously lots of discussion and stuff will be going on as well. And there's Spiritus's pre-release encounter guides there also if you're looking to get into Icecrown as soon as possible. Okay, so I wanted to answer a few questions that I got from my my raid leading video last week. First of all, that's probably a series that I'm going to be doing. I'm probably going to be talking about raid leading for the next few weeks, just because there's an awful lot to talk about. So there's a lot I want to get out there, not only for raid leaders, but also for raiders to understand where their raid leaders are coming from and to learn how to be the best raider you can be as well, and kind of secure that raid spot a little bit more. First thing I wanted to mention this week, a few people had mentioned a bunch of different mods, both directly to me and also in the YouTube comments. One of them is a mod called Fatality, and that can be a really good mod. What that does is every time someone in the raid dies, it just prints basically the last line of the combat log, the line that killed them, into either raid chat or guild chat or whatever. So you'll see like if a tank dies, you'll see something like Code died to Gormok the Impaler, melee swing 30k, something like that. That can be really good, and that can have useful information. But in my experience, a lot of times it'll say something like, he died to standing in the fire. But a lot of times you'll get like on a fight, especially on a fight with a lot of periodic damage on the raid, like Twin Valkyr or even like a Nubarok, there's lots of fights that just have a whole lot of raid damage going out all the time, and when someone takes extra damage, that's what killed them, not necessarily the raid damage. For that, we use a mod called, it's actually called Insidia Fails. I don't know if that's a jab at Insidia or what, but the name of the mod is called Insidia Fails, and what that actually does is it watches for all these mechanics, like standing in the fire, not moving out of the way of a Nubarok in Phase 2, picking up the wrong color orbs on the Twin Valkyr, that sort of thing. It watches for those to happen, and when it does happen, it prints out a line that says, like, Malsynth fails at orbs, or Malsynth fails at moving, or Malsynth fails at a lot of things, so, yeah. But that's my raid leader. I'm the guild leader, he's the raid leader, so I'm allowed to make fun of him. Another mod that we've liked a whole lot is called Phoenix Style. It doesn't do quite as much overall as Insidia Fails does. There's a lot fewer mechanics that it watches, but there are some things that it does watch, and it watches very, very well. A good example is on the Twin Valkyr. When a shield goes out, Phoenix Style actually watches who is DPSing the shield, who is not DPSing the shield. If you need to switch, how long does it take the people to switch? How long does it take them to switch their color, that sort of thing. So you can use that to get a really good idea of, in that specific instance, there's a whole bunch of other stuff it watches too, but in that specific instance you can get a real good idea of who is not doing their job of switching their color and DPSing the shield quickly. Let's see, there's one other add-on I wanted to mention. It's one called Acheron, or Acheron, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that. Acheron is how it's spelled. And what that's another mod that's similar to the Recount Deathlog, like I was talking about last week. I haven't used it myself personally yet, but that's also another option if you don't want to go with the whole bulk of recount, because it is a very memory intensive mod. If you'd rather just get something that watches the death logs, then that's an option for you as well. Okay, next topic for today. Someone mentioned in the YouTube comments a situation where their raid leader was spending all their time typing everything out instead of talking over vent. And they wanted to know what my opinion on that was, and I'm happy to oblige. I kind of envy this person their typing ability, because I don't know about anyone else, but I hate typing things out in game when I can just push down my vent key and say it. It can get a little hectic to talk through everything on vent, and there's certainly situations where it's better to type things than to talk things out. For example, if you're setting up a rotation or something, like a heal rotation before the pull, or you know, whatever rotation, like a blessing and protection rotation, or a mage's focus magic chain, I don't know, there's all sorts of stuff that you want to do stuff like that with. If you're setting something up like that, then it's good to type it out, because then if someone wasn't listening at that exact moment, or you know, they were buffing or looking for their food or whatever and they just didn't catch it, it's right there in the chat log. They can just read it again. It's sitting right there to go back to for reference. Once you actually pull, I personally would never ever bother typing anything out unless I absolutely had to. Like if someone gets disconnected from vent and I need to tell them to do something, then I'll type it. But if the person I need to talk to is inside vent and I know they're still there and I know they can hear me, I will just say it, because I don't have time to type things out in the middle of a raid. So yeah, vent is a very important tool for every raid. I mean, obviously some pugs and stuff can get by fine without it. And you know, if you're not doing heroic mode content, if you're not doing something where things can go wrong in a hurry, then you can probably get by without it. But it's just so much more convenient and so much easier to use as a raid leader. Yeah, pretty much. That's where I'm going to leave that one. Alright. Holy crap, I had so much I wanted to cover this week and I just completely ran out of time. So I'm going to have to pick this up again next week. So check back then. It's going to be on Wednesday, remember. And I will see you later.